Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. Paul Jasson with you. Thank you for joining us, and we're of course broadcasting from the lobby downtown of Fairfield Federal. And as we begin taping today, I look outside our big picture window here, and it's a beautiful, fabulous day here in Lancaster. So we know summer is right around the corner. It's coming. We've had some cool days, some nice days. Everything seems to be opening up just fine, and Lancaster, Fairfield County is really moving forward. And one of the things that is back online now, it seemed like for so long everything we talked about was shut down. Nothing was running. Well, now everything is pretty much open 100%. One of those exciting places is the Fairfield County District Library, and it's our pleasure to have on our favorite librarian, Becky Schaade.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Nice to see your face unmasked for a change.
Yes.
Good to have you back.
Yes, I'm told my smile is my best feature, so I'm glad to show it off.
Well, and we hid it for all those months, for a year. That was awful.
It was awful. I'm glad to be moving past it now.
Of course, Becky, Executive Director of the Fairfield County District Library, and before we get into what's going on now, because I always remember, like I was, again, always a big fan. Back when I was a kid, the West Side Library was over where there's a dog grooming place, catty corner from the firehouse on Harrison Avenue. And I spent years there, I think, because I only lived 2 blocks away, so I spent so much time there. But the summer was a great time because you could just go in there and browse and read. So we'll talk about all that. But as you look back now on the past 15 months, whatever it was, any lessons to be learned from the library standpoint?
Absolutely, absolutely. We've done some things, taken some lessons from COVID, and are moving forward with some of the things. One of the things we've taken from COVID is our curbside pickup. If you enjoyed that during COVID, that's where you've ordered your materials ahead of time. They've come in for you, and you just pull up outside the library. We'll check out your materials and bring them out to you. That is going to remain available at all library locations.
I used that a couple times. Somebody was nice enough and brought the book right out to me. That was very, so that if you ask for it, it would be continued?
Yes, we will. We will continue that. So obviously that's not something that we need for COVID anymore, but there's lots of reasons why someone might like that. Maybe a senior citizen who's having difficulty getting around, a mom with a child napping in the back. Maybe you're on your lunch break and are in a hurry.
Will you still have the parking spots kind of marked off there just for that?
We do. We have that at all locations, so that's a service that we're keeping because we found that that's a really great convenience for our customers.
I could see that.
Yeah, so that's been something that's been a positive out of COVID. So a lesson we're taking away from it, and a service that we're continuing. So we're excited about that.
I would say, as I talk to people now and again, everybody I talk to now didn't do anything for a year, or at least they didn't do normal things, and now they're back to doing normal things. But I see a lot of businesses, I'd say most, lessons were learned.
Right.
You were forced to do things that you didn't want to do, and you did them, and now, in hindsight, that may have been a better way. Not in everything, we understand that, but there are certain things, as you indicated, that you learned from that you can take forward.
Yep. Make lemonade, right? You know, that's what we got, so you got to make some lemonade with it.
And it worked out.
Yep.
Good. Well, we're back to pretty much full go now. No mask, no nothing. Everything is come in and browse and just
absolutely
do everything.
Come in, use computers, check out materials, all of those kinds of things that you would expect from the library. So yeah, absolutely. We're doing kind of a hybrid summer as far as programs go. So our summer reading program is in full swing.
That's what we're going to talk about first. That's an exciting time.
I know. So our first day of summer reading, we had more people sign up than we did all last summer, which isn't a surprise given what 2020 was. Of course. But we're having a great summer. We've got more than 1,000 people already participating. Wow. Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
That is great.
I think that is fabulous. If you haven't signed up yet, it is not too late. There is still plenty of summer left. We're just getting started, really. Online, you can sign up online. There is an app this year. It's called Read Squared. So if you download that app, you can search for Fairfield County District Library. You can start logging your books. If you're not an app person, though, you don't have to go that route. You can pick up a paper log from the library, any library location, and you can track on paper. Either way works. So whatever you'd prefer to do, you're welcome to do either way. Our friends of the library have supported us again with prizes. So
Nice.
You'll earn little prizes along the way for reading. And that is, of course, the reading portion of is the cornerstone of our summer reading program. Of course, we want to encourage all kids to be reading over the summer. It's so very important, not only for their education to prevent the summer slide, but just for entertainment and for a good time. We want everyone to be doing that. Our summer reading program is available for teens and for adults as well. Of course, everyone should be reading and enjoy reading. I think so.
The librarian talking.
So we want everyone to be doing that. If you're a parent, the best way to show your kids that reading is important is to
Set the example.
Yes, exactly. You can't just tell them it's important. They have to see you doing it. So sign up for the reading program yourself and have them catch you reading is excellent.
Catch you reading. Mm-hmm. Nice. Mm-hmm. Catch you doing something right.
Exactly. I like to do that instead of the dishes. That's what I like to do at my house. So, I let the housework go and I read instead. I figure that's setting a better example.
Oh, I think you've got things perfectly leveled out in the triangle of how things work. You've got things on top that are important. That's exactly right.
Absolutely.
Now, I saw where you have some outdoor story times. Where does that occur?
So we have outdoor story times at every location. So our branch locations are lucky enough to have green space.
Sure.
So we've got branches in Amanda, in Carroll, in Baltimore, and in Bremen. And those story times are happening right at our branch location, outside.
All right.
At our main library, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of green space because we're located right downtown. And we didn't want to do story time in our parking lots. That didn't sound like a lot of fun.
It'd be pretty warm too.
It would be pretty warm and maybe not the best location.
A little safe.
Right. So we've decided to take advantage of something beautiful we have in Lancaster, Rising Park, and we're doing story times in Rising Park on Mondays at 10:30. Come one, come all. We're going to have a bubble machine out there. We're going to be having a lot of fun. We've actually already had a few story times out there, and I've had great attendance. People are really they're coming on out, really looking forward to it. It's been a great summer. I think after such a long period of time when not a lot of things were happening, people are really looking forward to and taking advantage of all the things our community has to offer. So we're really excited about those outdoor story times this year. In addition to story times at the park, we've partnered with Keller Market.
That was my next question.
Yes.
That's a great place down there. They have a room full for this.
We are doing story times outdoors there as well during the farmers market on Saturdays. Yep, 9:30 during the farmers market. We've had a great turnout there as well. So that's something we've wanted to do before, and we've never really, because we've been doing story time in the past at the library, we've not had enough people to be able to do both. So this year, when we aren't really doing story time indoors in the summer, we've been able to take it outdoors to the farmers market. So it's been a really positive thing.
I would think the staff would almost draw straws to see who gets to do that, because that'd be a good gig.
Absolutely. Beautiful weather. It's not too hot because it's first thing in the morning. Speaking of weather, Ohio weather can be a little unpredictable.
I've heard rumors.
Right. So it is a little bit weather dependent. So, if it's raining or if you're not sure if story time's happening, you can always call the location. You can check on Facebook, and we are, if it's raining, if we've had to cancel, we'll put that on our event calendar as well.
So you don't do it inside. It's just it's outside or it's over.
Yes, that's correct. So we are a little bit dependent on the weather in that way, but we've had great luck so far. Wonderful attendance. So definitely look for that. We are still doing our virtual story times this summer on Zoom. I know.
People, I think, would fight not to get that gig.
Well, it is, when we were planning summer, we weren't really sure.
Could have been the way to do it.
Right. We weren't sure what was going to happen. We start planning, in January for what is going to happen.
Lots of things still happening in January.
Right. So we wanted to be prepared. So we decided to do both. And we do have people who are taking advantage advantage of that. So we're glad to be able to provide both this summer. We're doing grab-and-go craft bags. You can pick those up at every location.
And what are in those?
All sorts of supplies to be able to make crafts with your kiddos. We've got videos that go along with them and instructions, so you don't have to watch the video necessarily. Just activities to keep kiddos busy this summer and having fun at home with mom and dad.
Is that tied in with some online programming?
Yes. Yep. So you'll be able to see those on the library's YouTube channel, on Facebook, and do those along with us.
One thing I noticed, and I was talking to you about when I came today, I saw your parking lot has these lovely yellow posts, and they must have like half a dozen right there. And I thought, what is it? Oh, I see. That's where your little storage lockers are right there to make that a safe place.
Yes, so we have brand new hold pickup lockers at our main library. They're on the corner of Mulberry and Broad Street. There's an awning over them. You'll be able to see them. We've got 40 lockers located there. And what those are for, people can choose that as their hold pickup location. So if you put an item on hold, you can choose the main library hold pickup lockers. When that item comes in for you, staff will check it out and put it in a hold pickup locker for you. So then you'll get your notification that your item is in. It will be in those hold pickup lockers, and because those are located outside of our building, you can pick that up anytime, literally 24 hours a day. You'll have 5 days to pick it up. So you get that notification, you can swing by anytime and pick up that item. The hold lockers pick up, it's so easy. You literally just scan your library card. The correct locker that's associated with your library card will swing open. Your materials are inside. They're already checked out to you. Your receipt is there, which will tell you when the items are due. You just take them out and you're done.
Is there no limit to what the library would do for you? So you can still do it the old-fashioned way by going in.
Please.
By going in.
Yeah.
Now you can wait in your car, and a very fine staff person will come out, bring your materials to you. Just no muss, no fuss, drive through, and now you can go to a locker and pick it up. Is there just no limit to what the library can do?
Right. We try to make it very easy and convenient for everyone.
You do. And again, I think some of these things are lessons learned from a different time, where maybe before it was the way you come in and get them or you don't get them.
Right.
That's the way it worked. I mean, when I was a kid, that's the way it was.
Absolutely.
But everybody thought that's how libraries worked back then. So you guys are 21st century kind of things.
There's a lot of choices for people now, and we want everyone's choice to be the library. So you have to, make it easy for people, and we try our best.
Becky Schaade is our executive director, as we say, our favorite librarian with us today of the Fairfield County District Library. A couple things we'll get to here. Mobile hotspots in the library. Yeah,
you actually check them out and take them home, and then you have the internet at your house if you're traveling.
Traveling, I never thought about that.
It's wonderful for traveling. So I have a son who is 14, and he would use every bit of our data while traveling if he could. When we're home, we have Wi-Fi, so that he uses that. But when we're traveling, he would suck up all my data if he could. So I would borrow a hotspot from the library, connect our devices to that hotspot, and bam, then I actually have data when I need it.
Do you have a beginning and an end date? You tell the library, or there's only a span you can get it?
So it's just like any other item. You would check it out, and then you have it for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yep. You put it on hold. We do have some that are considered lucky day items, so they don't accept hold, so they're on the shelf for people. It's been a very popular program. It was actually sponsored by Kiwanis of Lancaster and the State Library. I know I've got to get our plugs in for Kiwanis because they are a huge supporter of the library, and I appreciate them very much. It was a new program for us during COVID, the circulating collection, and very, very popular, and we've been excited to have that. All of our branch locations have hotspots that you can borrow.
Is that a limited number?
First
come, first serve?
Yes.
Do you run out?
Oh, yeah, they're very popular. Very popular.
I can imagine. And now as vacations go back, people are really vacationing again.
Yes. So put it on hold. Look for Fairfield mobile hotspots in the catalog.
Got less than a minute, but I did want to hit Millersport Kiosk. Still up and going strong?
Still up, going strong. Excellent collection. Brand new library materials. Check it out because, it's a beautiful drive on a beautiful day like this. Check out Buckeye Lake. always new hot materials available in the kiosk. Because we don't pull holds from that collection, they have always the newest and most popular materials, and I have been told by many customers they're surprised to find items that might have a long hold list other places available to borrow right in the kiosk.
Right there. Mm-hmm. Becky Schaade, Executive Director of the Fairfield County District Library. Thanks for coming in. Summer reading is going strong. Sounds like it's back and bigger than ever. And get involved. Go on the website. They have a tremendous website. You can just use the search engine, put Fairfield County Library. You'll find it easy enough. And everything is a tremendous website. Lots of great information on there. Everything you need to know about the library, hours and how you check things out. I mean, you can pretty much do anything you want at the library. It's just a great place. We're so pleased that everything's working out well. I'm glad you're back.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Becky Schaade with us. We'll be back at Fairfield Today in just a moment.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
The moment that you're told that you have cancer, so many things were going through my mind.
I had this pain that kind of doubled over, and FMC got me the help that I needed, so I ended up surviving.
Fairfield Medical Center has helped me get through what was the hardest 6 months of my life.
When I first came to Fairfield Medical Center, she was probably having an allergic reaction. They saved her life, and that's why she's here today.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. Appreciate Becky Schaade joining us from the Fairfield County District Library. And today is an all-girl affair we've got going on here. Well, we talked about the great things that the library has going on all summer. They have a tremendous place to go as the library. One of the things we didn't get to do much of last year, which is one of 1,000 things we didn't get to do much of, we always promote Hank's Race. Well, Hank's Race is back. And Amy Carpenter, who heads that up, Hank's Race is back, bigger than ever from what I hear. It's going to be, what date was it? July 10th?
July 10th.
Coming up here. And this show's going to run a couple different times, so within a week or two. But coming up soon on July 10th, Saturday, down at the Fairfield County Fairgrounds, Hank's Race is back, and you missed it.
I know, and so the hard thing was last year was our 5-year, and I really wanted it to be big, but...
Now it's big on the 6th.
Exactly.
Big on the 6th year.
It's going to be our kind of...
So this is a walk and run and festival, all things that Hank down at the Fairfield County Fairgrounds, and this all goes to benefit the Sarcoma Foundation and Canine Cancer Research Awareness.
Right.
These are all things that are very, very important to you. And can you give us just a brief thumbnail sketch for those rare persons that don't know who Hank is and why you're behind this? Hank was your puppy.
Right, yeah. And if that's what one of my friends said, if you don't know about Hank and you know Amy, then you really don't know her.
Then you don't care.
Right.
You don't care about dogs
Right.
if you don't know about Hank. Hank. Give us a little bit of the story.
So Hank was my sister's dog, and he, in 2013, started not wanting to eat his treats, having trouble going to the bathroom. And really the only thing we noticed was he really wasn't drinking that much water, and he wasn't wanting to eat his treats because he was an outdoor dog, so no one monitored his, bathroom habits.
Sure.
And my mom actually called me and said, I made a vet appointment for Hank, and I got really nervous because my mom and dad, weren't like crazy pet people like me.
Dogs are dogs.
He's just a dog. He lives on the farm, and so then I started getting nervous, and so we took him into the vet thinking that he just had like a UTI, and they came out and they said that he had a sarcoma tumor the size of a grapefruit, and that was so rough for me, because number one, I didn't know that dogs got cancer, and I never heard of sarcoma, so. After that, I started putting all my efforts and research into finding out, why do dogs get cancer? How do they get cancer? And what is sarcoma? And then, of course, I was taking Hank to all his treatments. He had the same treatments that people do. He did chemo, radiation, surgery, and we even drove all the way to Colorado State University, because Ohio State said they did as much as they could. They couldn't help him anymore. But if I wanted to go somewhere else, that they could help him because they had the best sarcoma surgeon in the United States. So we did all that, and then in November of 2014 it metastasized and I lost him.
So I would guess then that you probably extended his
Yeah.
life a great deal.
Right.
Had nothing been done.
Yeah, they said that if nothing had been done, maybe 6 months, but with everything we tried, we got 20 and a half months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Which
great.
is kind of unheard of.
So this has become Amy. I don't know if I even said Amy Carpenter. Let me
Yeah,
make sure I say
yeah.
that, Amy Carpenter,
Yeah.
and here with Hank's festival going on here July 10th. But there's also other things going on too. You still have your. We'll come back to the thing on July 10th. We'll talk about that. But you still have your yard sales going
Yeah.
on.
Yep, we do those once a month.
Yes.
And most of them are going to be the first Saturday of each month.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a couple exceptions, July 17th and September, I think it is the 18th. Yeah. And those are wonderful. We earn a lot of our money for our foundation through those. And it's wonderful because, people have lots of junk to get rid of, especially like during COVID. Lots of people had time to clean and gather up stuff and realize they don't want as much stuff.
And how can they get that to you?
Yeah, so they can either call me at the 740-974-2811, or they can go to our website and they can send me an email, whatever's convenient for people. And sometimes people drop off and sometimes we pick up. It's just, we work that out together. But it's really nice because I think our last yard sale, we even had a lot of people just come to donate. It was I think almost $100 just in donations.
Nice.
And I think that one we raised around $450 in one
good.
yard sale.
Very good.
Yeah.
And then so the big events are, you've got the race coming up here. We'll get to
Yeah.
that. You've got your yard sales going on, and your calendars are back.
Yep.
Yep.
And I always have to stop and think, okay, what is the year of this calendar? Because I'm always 1 year ahead, so I never really know what year it is. So it'll be our 2022 calendar.
And who are the featured folks?
And so this year's going to be the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office.
They're so good they get a return visit.
They are so special, they get 2 times in the calendar. So it was so funny because when I did the first calendar, that was back in 2017. There was a lot going on in the news back then about officer-involved shootings with dogs and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what, I wonder if we can do a spin on this and bring awareness for canine cancer.
Always thinking.
Right, and then show how wonderful the Sheriff's Office and the Police Department and
Sure.
the Fire Department, everyone in our town, all the things that they do for us, the first responders. And so I talked to Sheriff Phelan at the time,
Yeah.
and he was on board. And so that was, the very first calendar was just Hank on the news. He was on Channel 4 33 times. So, but our second calendar was with the Sheriff's Office. And so it's really special for me to be able to go back and work with them again. They're so wonderful to work with. And there were some of my friends that never got to be in the first calendar, so they wanted to redo. And now we have a new sheriff, Alex Lape. So I thought,
And
what a
he's on
perfect
board
time.
too.
And he's on board too. And he has 2 doggies.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was just a perfect combination.
So everything is available if you just, on your search engine, Hank's Foundation, Hank
Yeah.
the dog, you can figure it out, but it's
Right.
Hank Kabel Sarcoma Foundation, Kabel, Hank Kabel Sarcoma Foundation.com. But anything you put in the search engine will be fine like that. So you've got a lot of information. So let's back up a little bit and talk about July 10th at the fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
We're hoping for a day like this would be perfect.
Yes,
would be
exactly.
perfect. And you have got bigger and better plans, lots of happenings.
Right.
What are the hours?
So registration starts at 7:30,
Okay.
and that goes till 8:30.
Okay.
At 8:30 is kind of my favorite part of the race. It's our opening ceremony where we kind of talk about Hank's story, recognize people like Tim Schaefer. Actually, as we speak, he's at the State House right now, trying to get a bill passed called Hank's Law.
Nice.
And it'll be the first bill in the state of Ohio and in the United States to bring awareness for dogs and people with cancer. So we'll have him there, and we'll have the sheriff there, and the fire department, police department will be there. We also have Fido coming, which is a big dog training place in town. Pet Supplies Plus is going to be bringing doggy ice cream. And then one of my friends has bulldogs that ride skateboards. So we're
I've
going to
seen
have
those on highlight
we
programs.
have 2 local celebrities, and the older one got a little brother, and he taught him how to ride the skateboard. But if he doesn't do it quick enough, he knocks him off and gets on and does it himself.
A little jealousy
Right,
going on
exactly.
here. A little jealousy.
Little
actually.
competition.
That's right. That's nothing bad.
Right.
So there's just something all day down there for that. The race and everything is just
Right.
that's what draws people in. But you have just tons of other stuff.
Right. Yeah. The actual race starts at 9, and then we'll have like awards, and then people can. We have vendors there, so people can go to the vendors. SWAT will be there from the sheriff's office, police department, fire department, so you can go around and see them and the vehicles and stuff like that. So should be a good day of fun. This year we're going to we're not going to do it like till 5 like we usually do because it's so hot out. So this year we're thinking probably it'll wrap up somewhere around maybe 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's just the July heat is just so hard.
A day like this probably not in the offing. It'll be a little more Ohio summertime by then. So, when you think back and when all this kind of started with Hank, who'd ever thought this is where nobody knows the twists and turns that their life takes, but who'd ever thought that this would have been the direction of your life? That's interesting.
And it brings tears to my eyes because, because you had a dog, and some people don't realize how special they are, but that unconditional love that they give you is like something you don't usually get from people. And that's what he gave me. And so that's what I want to do, is just bring awareness to what a wonderful dog he was, and to all the other dogs have lost their lives to cancer, and also people that are dealing with cancer. And I've met a lot of people that they're on their own mission about either breast cancer or ovarian cancer or whatever. And basically what we need to remember, it's not just about canine cancer or human cancer, but it's about all kinds of cancer. Cancer's the evil, and we're all fighting that.
Sure.
And a lot of times I've tried to talk to people about canine cancer, and they're like, it's just a dog. And I was like, do you care about children? And they're like, of course. And I said, we need to care about dogs.
You don't say it's just children.
No.
No.
So exactly. And I said, but then you need to care about dogs, because clinical trials in dogs with cancer help people with cancer. So when Hank had his tumor, Ohio State actually consulted human doctors at the James Cancer Center, and a human doctor educated the veterinarians of how to remove the tumor, because they operate on children, because children are the second most common to get sarcoma. Dogs get it 5 times more. So they have the small veins like dogs, so they were able to help them remove his tumor.
So a lot of lessons learned here.
Exactly.
And I guess the lesson had this dog maybe been an inside dog, or maybe it could have been tracked earlier by your folks or your sister, maybe they would have seen the signs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that is one of the things I feel guilty about still.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been 7 years, and I still feel guilt about that, because I was his aunt. I didn't live with him, so I didn't see anything, except for there was one time in November. He was diagnosed February 1st, and in November we were walking, and I remember he lifted his leg to go to the bathroom and nothing came out, and I thought that was weird, but we had just gone to his wellness check. He had got a clean bill of health. I thought he was just marking his territory. I didn't know what I was seeing. I had no clue dogs got cancer. I didn't know the signs to look for. So our mission is to raise money for awareness, for funding for research to try to find a cure. But the other part of my mission is awareness, because I feel like if I didn't know, there's got to be other people out there that don't know. And as you know, I was a teacher for 21 and a half years, and I love to learn. I love to teach other people, and I feel like that this is my calling. I actually went to D.C. Shortly after Hank had passed away, and to a huge conference on canine cancer, like the first ever, and made myself go up to the podium and ask, what can I do? I'm not a scientist, I'm not a researcher, I'm not a vet. And I said, I'm a teacher. And they said, well, that's what you can do. You can teach other people, what are the signs to look for, and teach them about clinical trials are a good thing. And so I went back home, and that's when I started Hank's Foundation and started doing the calendar, because I thought, what better way to get the word out than a calendar that's 12 months a year, constantly looking at it to be like, oh, I need to be checking my dog this month for the signs of canine cancer.
So coming up, July 10th, coming up here very shortly, is the big 5K walk, run, festival, everything going down at the fairgrounds. Starts 7:30 in the morning, runs at least past lunch. There'll be lots of activities down there for pets and for kids and everything going on. You got yard sales happening, got the calendar going on. Everything is on the website. You can find that. Hank Kabel Sarcoma Foundation.com. So busy girl, Amy.
Busy girl.
Amy Carpenter has really got it going on here with Hank. So good luck on that.
Thank you so much, Paul, for having us.
It's going to be a fun year back to have everything going again.
It'll be nice to be normal again.
Very good, very good. Amy Carpenter with us in the Hanks Foundation. Thank you for joining us at Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.